and significantly reduce the penetration of snake fangs. Snake fangs. It resists snake fangs. Rotate inside its own skin. A leopard has it by the back of the neck, which should be a finishing move for basically any animal.
Deep within the subterranean shadows of the African savanna, a moment of rare tenderness unfolds.
A formidable female honey badger, renowned for her legendary ferocity, gently nurses her two newborn hairless cubs.
Down here in the quiet darkness of the burrow, they are safely shielded from the unforgiving world above. She is a dedicated mother, completely unaware of the deadly chaos about to descend upon her hidden sanctuary.
An injury that compromises hunting ability is genuinely dangerous. So the lion looks at this 12-kilogram animal and decides, not worth it. That calculus is the reason honey badgers can exist the way they do. The ferocity isn't random aggression.
Above ground, the African sun dictates a different reality, one of predator and prey. An apex predator, a formidable leopard, prowls the arid landscape, his golden eyes scanning the scrub. He is the undisputed phantom of the savannah, hunting for his next meal. Not far away, a scrub hare rests in the dry grass, relying on its mottled fur for camouflage. It remains absolutely still, hoping to evade detection, but the leopard's senses are finely tuned. A sudden shift in the breeze, a faint rustle of dry blades, and the hunter locks onto his target. The deadly game of hide and seek is over. The scrub hare has been spotted. Survival now depends entirely on explosive speed and sheer luck. The leopard erupts into a sprint. The scrub hare bolts, darting frantically in a desperate zigzag pattern to break the predator's line of sight. It is a spectacular display of agility versus brute force. Dust kicks up into the dry air. Just as the leopard's lethal jaws open to strike, the terrified scrub hare spots a lifeline, a dark opening in the earth. Without a second's hesitation, it dives straight into the mysterious underground burrow, vanishing from sight. Frustrated and abruptly halted, the massive cat stands awkwardly at the threshold. He peers deep into the dusty gloom, aggressively sniffing the dry earth perimeter. His prized meal has slipped through his claws, leaving the apex predator completely bewildered by this sudden escape. But the terrified scrub hare has unknowingly leaped from the frying pan directly into the fire. It has just invaded the fortress of the savannah's most notoriously fearless resident. Startled by the sudden intrusion, the mother honey badger springs into explosive defensive action. Her maternal instincts ignite instantly. She viciously bares her razor-sharp teeth. She violently drives the desperate trespasser back, ensuring her highly vulnerable offspring remain utterly untouched. The scrub hare, realizing its catastrophic mistake, scrambles frantically backward in pure panic. Driven by the furious honey badger's unrelenting assault, the helpless creature is forcefully ejected. Sprinting right back out into the blistering daylight, fuming with intense protective rage. The mother honey badger marches to the tunnel's entrance to secure her perimeter, only to immediately come face to face with the towering apex predator. But a honey badger simply does not know the meaning of fear. Recognizing a far more dangerous threat, she anchors her ground, unleashing a relentless, deafening barrage of highly aggressive vocalizations. She postures fiercely, boldly, daring the giant cat to make a move. The massive leopard, genuinely surprised by this pint-sized warrior's sheer audacity, stubbornly refuses to back down. setting the stage for a spectacular and brutally violent savanna showdown. The tension shatters as the animals finally clash in a chaotic whirlwind of dust, claws, and fangs. It is an absolutely extraordinary battle of raw weight and lethal precision against pure, unadulterated grit. The leopard strikes with lightning speed, attempting to utilize his massive size advantage to easily overpower the defender. But the honey badger is a relentless buzzsaw of fury. She fiercely deflects strikes and boldly charges headlong into her much larger adversary. Over and over, they violently collide, throwing up thick clouds of dry African soil into the air. The leopard lands heavy blows, his incredibly sharp claws constantly seeking a fatal hold. But the honey badger's incredibly loose, thick, rubbery skin acts as a perfect natural armor, protecting her vital organs from devastating damage. She relentlessly snaps her powerful jaws, forcing the giant cat to constantly readjust his aggressive tactics. This is a profound testament to a mother's uncompromising devotion. She is not simply fighting for a meal, she is fighting for the very survival of her newborn bloodline. The leopard is evidently and deeply frustrated. What should have been an easy dispatch has rapidly transformed into an exhausting, bloody war of attrition. As the brutal fight drags on, the stamina of both combatants is severely tested under the baking sun.
The leopard utilizes his superior weight, repeatedly trying to press the honey badger into submission.
But her low center of gravity and unmatched tenacity keep her locked in the violent dance. She fiercely rolls, snarls, and lunges with a seemingly psychotic determination. In a sudden, terrifying display of sheer dominance, the leopard manages to overpower the honey badger, violently pinning her down to the dusty earth. His immensely powerful jaws clamp down viciously on her scruff, desperately seeking a fatal conclusion to the exhausting struggle. For a brief and tense moment, it truly seems the brave mother has reached a difficult impasse. But the honey badger's legendary resilience shines through. Utilizing her extraordinarily loose skin, she miraculously twists. She writhes with phenomenal strength, thrashing wildly until she suddenly breaks completely free from the jaws of certain death. Instantly, she launches a terrifying counteroffensive, snapping aggressively at the predator's face. The sheer willpower of this battered mother is absolutely incomprehensible. Fiercely refusing to become a savanna casualty, battered, exhausted, and utterly defeated by the badger's seemingly psychotic determination. The massive leopard realizes the severe risk of injury is simply too great. He finally turns and retreats. Meanwhile, completely unaware of the epic war above, a stealthy subterranean opportunist is hard at work. A hungry field mouse aggressively digs through the loose soil, steadily tunneling its way directly toward the unguarded badger den. The tiny intruder breaks through the earthen wall, driven by the distinct, vulnerable scent of newborn life. It discovers the two helpless, hairless badger cubs, resting entirely unprotected in the dark chamber. Sensing an unexpected opportunity to forage, the curious rodent cautiously approaches the area. In a truly shocking display of audacious predation, the mouse aggressively investigates the sleeping babies. It begins to relentlessly bite and nip at their fragile skin, attempting the impossible task of dragging one of the heavy cubs away, entirely at the mercy of this unexpected, miniature assassin. The mouse struggles intensely, straining against the significant weight of the infant badger. It is a bizarre, chilling microdrama unfolding in the shadows. The fate of the heroic mother's bloodline now hangs perilously in the balance. But a mother's instinct is infallible. The battle-scarred honey badger bursts into the den just in time. She moves instantly, prompting the startled mouse to scurry away quickly into its nearby burrow. Triumphant, the fierce mother tenderly cleans her precious cubs, peacefully resuming her vital nursing vigil. The danger has passed, and the den is once again a sanctuary. The mother's love is the strongest force in the savannah. And here, in the quiet, they remain safe.